really cold for February 3rd.
Hello, it's Stephen J. Just doing a quick video here. Some questions about some of the rolling stock that you see here that I recently purchased, and want to answer those questions. Stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and try to include a video here from Diamondhead when I was pulling these particular cars from behind my locomotives. The boxcar here I pulled with the Davenport and the Brownhouse Semi I own, along with the caboose, and the caboose 2 passenger cars pulled with my custom 242 Roundhouse. So these were custom. I search eBay pretty frequently, both the United States eBay and the UK eBay, because sometimes you get some really good deals, and the shipping can be a bit much, but you can find stuff at start discount or things you can't find anywhere else. So these came from Canada, and it was from Alberta, and it was an estate sale. Also was a little Bachmann 242 tender locomotive in there, and a couple other things. I didn't buy everything that was coming from that estate sale that was being sold on eBay. When I bought these particular coaches and that caboose, the seller had a BB deal and said that he had some other ones that had a bit of damage to them, and he offered me a deal on them. So when he contacted me, he created a listing, and with a fixed price, it said that I could buy the rest of them. So I'll go and take them out for you. Now these have damage to it, but these are the same coaches as those over there, and these I have not run yet, and I'll show you why. Now these are built the same, but as you can see, as I bring out this, I don't know if this is a passenger car or an observation car, and this is something that I had changed on the ones over there. Although I did cut off the couplers, you'll see here that they had wooden dowels with cotter pins on there. So I didn't really care for it too much. This particular one isn't so bad. It's missing a pin here for the roof. That's what they are. They're thumbtacks. And the roof is 1/16 basswood, I'm pretty sure, because it's not plastic. I had to do a lot of repair work on the caboose because it kept snapping. I was using PC11 wood putty and I don't think it's super glue. Yeah, and it's sanded together, repainted using Rust-Oleum primer on those. This one I'll probably get to over here. This one is not so bad though. I'm not sure if I may keep it or sell it. There are other ones here though I do want to. So I think it's actually an observation car. Sorry, not a passenger car. It's kind of like that one behind the combine there, because this one, oh no, that's okay. This is the mail car. This one's in really good shape for the most part. The roof, oh, okay, could use some work. It is 1/16 basswood, I'm pretty sure, and that's how I was able to form it to fit, because it's pretty soft wood. And I did buy some replacement basswood in anticipation of having to work on this. You can see there's roof damage, but the same things happened on those over there, except the boxcar. That was built way better, and it's got the same construction method here, as you can see, with the cotter pins and the wooden dowels. But on this one, unlike the combine, the door slide, need to put some handrails on there or something. It's the only thing that would make it better, so that way it'd be easier. Just a little 1/16 brass and a little U-shape, drill with 1/16 bit. Now this other one though, this last car, which I had to pull out of the box, which I don't know if I want to fix it, because it's quite extensive, and the trucks were actually busted on one of the trucks, so I ended up taking both off. This thing, I believe, is an observation car, and it's missing guardrails at the end, but that's easy to make. Just bend brass rod and drill it and install it on there. But this thing's pretty extensive. That roof damage over there, basically, I mean, it's replaceable. You'd have to carefully chisel that section off or cut it with a razor blade, and then replace it with basswood, and put new thumbtacks in there and new trucks. But it's the same thing, just wooden dowels and cotter pins. That one's missing because they took the trucks out of there. And the insides are detailed. The doors don't open at the end, but you can put people on the inside. It's a little bit of a pain. There's 4 of these wood screws on each of the cars, and once you remove all 4 of them, they're placed on 4 quarters. The body comes off the frame carefully. It's really not sure though. And even though it needs new trucks, might be better off to turn into like a diner or a station. I've seen people do that where they take a passenger car, they don't have a depot for it to turn it into a depot. But those are just ideas that I had. Back to the ones that I'm running right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this boxcar out of the way. I didn't do too much to it. I built a new brake lever for that. It was originally a wheel, but the wheel cracked. So what I did was I took some cheap brass bar and hammered it. I think it was 1/8, and I drilled it and put the stainless steel rod and soldered it using plumbing soldered rod and this little handle, and it works pretty good. But I'll use this as a demonstration. So you saw the dowels and other ones. So what I ended up doing is instead I cut the dowels down and I put number 6 bolts in there, cut the heads off, and turned them into studs. The doors don't unfortunately open inside of this, so you can't actually put things in there. But for what it is, I like them. I did make the couplers for them. They're just basic pocket couplers I made out of sheet brass. You can buy the ones from Ozark Miniatures, and they have on Ozark Miniatures they have sides here also rather than be flat metal. But I like this a little more for my own self because I could put a KD couple in there if I wanted to, or I could put pin and link or pin and chain. It works for me. Now this thing was the pain. The roof kept coming apart, and I had to glue it back together. It's kind of like that passenger car I showed you a moment ago in another video. And I had to glue it together with PC11. Actually, I think it's just PC wood epoxy. PC11 is a different product of theirs. I'll go and show you here. I did use some Rust-Oleum primer. I tried spray painting on them. They kept doing overspray. So what I did was I spray painted it into a plastic cup and then hand painted it on there as best I could. Now I had to spend a long time getting this caboose up to standard for me. Another thing I did was, notice here, see it's got the extra supports. That's a roundhouse handrail stanchions over there, and 1/16 brass rod that I bent and formed and used a impact to drill those holes. And just like the box car, I went ahead and cut the dowels down and put number 6s in there, and I'm using number 6 nuts. It does work. I am using springs, but the problem is that it's not a big deal, but you have to get the right size spring for it, and if you tie it down too tight, then it wants to lean to one side, and they work themselves loose in time. Now, that is admittedly a problem that can fix the blue Loctite, and that's a problem with those two also. If they get shook around too much, you gotta watch them the way they did it with the brass nuts. But I think it's better than the wood dowels and the cotter pin, because and the whole reason why I did this is because I think it was on that combine over there, or the passenger car, I actually had one of the dowels snap right where the hole is for the cotter pin. And that's the whole reason I said, forget it, I'm going to use brass number 6 bolts and install those, and looks like did a slight angle there, whatever. So what made this thing particularly difficult is, as you can see here, those are wood, the ladders. Those are wood. And it has the 4 bolts on the sides to take off the body. But the ladder is attached to the roof and not to the floor. So I tried gluing the ladder to the floor and realized, wait a minute, if I do that, I can't take the body off to put people inside. I'm not sure if it would, because it's a bit of a pain. It's delicate, but it's still nice to get inside if you had to. So this is ingenious, impromptu solution I came up with. Not that perfect, I screw up a lot. I put brass rod around it, it worked as a retainer so it doesn't flop around, and I glued it to the roof, and I also tried to put 1/16 pins through there, and that did work, but I also cracked it and had to re-super glue the ladder back together because it split when I tried to gently push in with a little rubber mallet the 1/16 rust. I did pre-drill it first, of course, but even then, still, yeah. Can you see it? Kind of. Hey, you can see it. You can see one of those. I don't know if I can get this on camera. If like, yeah, nah, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. See a little rod right there? That's the rod that I was talking about. I don't remember if I did it in all four, because I don't think this one has it, but I remember trying on this side. Yeah, I guess it was just that side. Maybe I just pushed it in too much over there because it's sticking through. But, still pretty happy with it. And this is the last one here I'm showing off. This is the passenger car. This one, I had to do I think I did some roof repair to it also. I don't know if I painted it. I think the caboose is that was just really pain. That thing was a huge pain. I talked about that earlier, so I don't want to go ahead and talk about it again. But just like the caboose, and this is the first one I did it to, those are roundhouse long handrail stanchions. And I bought from the train department, same one on the caboose. And I bought some 1/16 brass rod to spend. Kind of like the support, just to get a little extra detail. I mean, Combine had it, but these did the same thing, just those 4 little screws there. The doors don't open. There is an interior side. Try to film it as best I can. And doors don't open in the front and back, fortunately. But I'm pretty happy with it. And again, there was a little pocket couplers I made. Pretty simple. Just take a bar, mark it, fold it. And I drill it first, but they are a little off center. But then again, I don't have a form with a machine shop, so I'm doing the best I can with a drill press of wood forms. So I'm not pretending to be perfect. I definitely not, and definitely make a lot of errors and learn a lot through trial and experience. And I don't have time, unfortunately, to create a new video of them writing something to show a little bit from Diamondhead when I was pulling some of these cars, just to give you an idea of what it looks like running. I do plan on making future videos of them running, but I'm going to be running some RC boats here in a little bit, which I plan hopefully taking a video for that. No promises. Anyway, thank you for watching. And this is the last one here I'm showing off. This is the passenger car. This one, I had to do I think I did some roof repair to it also. I don't know if I painted it. I think the caboose is that was just really pain. That thing was a huge pain. I talked about that earlier, so I don't want to go ahead and talk about it again. But just like the caboose, and this is the first one I did it to, those are roundhouse long handrail stanchions. And I bought from the train department, same one on the caboose. And I bought some 1/16 brass rod to spend. Kind of like the support, just to get a little extra detail. I mean, Combine had it, but these did the same thing, just those 4 little screws there. The doors don't open. There is an interior side. Try to film it as best I can. And doors don't open in the front and back, fortunately. But I'm pretty happy with it. And again, there was a little pocket couplers I made. Pretty simple. Just take a bar, mark it, fold it. And I drill it first, but they are a little off center. But then again, I don't have a form with a machine shop, so I'm doing the best I can with a drill press of wood forms. So I'm not pretending to be perfect. I definitely not, and definitely make a lot of errors and learn a lot through trial and experience. And I don't have time, unfortunately, to create a new video of them writing something to show a little bit from Diamondhead when I was pulling some of these cars, just to give you an idea of what it looks like running. I do plan on making future videos of them running, but I'm going to be running some RC boats here in a little bit, which I plan hopefully taking a video for that. No promises. Anyway, thank you for watching.